Pilates Punx on YouTube. Today's video is going to be a 25-minute workout, so it's a little bit shorter than our normal full-length classes, and it's kind of serving as a teaser to show you what those videos are like. So if you are interested in a full class, you can check out pilatespunx.com and get that full 50-minute class video. But this is also something that I want to give to you guys for free, and it might be a nice little add-on if you are doing kind of either a light day or you've gone for a nice big walk or run, you want to add a little bit of strength training to your cardio that you've already done for the day, or you're just starting out and you want a shorter video so that you can work your way up to that full class. So I'm going to go ahead and start a timer so we get that full 25 minutes. And if you have hand weights, go ahead and have them close by because we will use them today. If you don't have hand weights, we can either use anything with a little bit of weight, like a soup can or a water bottle, or we could just make resistance with our own body, so you don't even need that weight. It's just a little add-on. So we're gonna go ahead and start that timer, and we'll get started laying down on the mat. We can go ahead and start off laying down on our mat. We're gonna have our knees bent and feet planted hip bone distance apart, arms lengthened by the side. Taking a nice deep inhale in through the nose, relaxing the shoulders into the mat, exhaling out through the mouth. Again, a big inhale, drawing that breath out to the sides of the ribs all the way into our upper back. And exhale, sink that knee into the spine. One more before we add movement. Deep inhale. And exhale out all of that breath, lengthening those fingertips nice and long past the hips. On our inhale, we're gonna tuck the pelvis and lift the hips up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw the arms up and over back towards your ears. Keep the arms reaching back as you slowly round down one vertebrae at a time. Tailbone lengthens. Exhale, the arms draw back down. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, arms go up and over. Keep the arms reaching back as you slowly round down, upper back, middle back, lower back, sacrum, tailbone lengthens, and then we exhale, draw the arms. As we're doing this work, when you lift, make sure your back is lengthened and it's not overarching. We keep the arms reaching behind us as we round down for that nice big stretch, and then the arms lengthen back down to the mat. Inhale, hips, exhale, arms. Inhale, keep the arms back as you round down one vertebrae at a time. When your tailbone touches, then we exhale and draw the arms down by the side. Again, inhale, hips lift, squeeze into those glutes. Exhale, arms go up and over. Inhale, slowly rounding down until your tailbone lengthens. And then you exhale, draw the arms back down by the side. We're gonna lay on our side now. So we're gonna line our back up with the edge of the mat, and we'll draw our legs to tabletop, right in front of the hips. Knees are stacked and the ankles are right under the knees. Close up the elbows. Take a big inhale and exhale. We rotate that top elbow, look long past it. Nice big inhale, and we exhale, close. Keep length in your spine. Make sure that top knee doesn't slide back. We open on our exhale. Another deep inhale and exhale to close. One more big inhale. Exhale, opening up. Nice big inhale. And exhale, close. Other side. I'm gonna make sure that as you are laying down, you line your back up with the back edge of the mat. Shoulders are stacked and hips are stacked. Legs to tabletop, knees in front of the hips, ankles under the knees. We wanna close up the elbows. Make sure you're not pulling down on your neck. Your neck is long. We take a big inhale and we exhale to open. Nice big inhale and exhale. Close. Again, the knees will stay stacked. As you rotate, you want to make sure that top knee doesn't slide back with your rotation. Big inhale and exhale, close. One more, knees are glued together. Nice big inhale, exhale, opening up. Deep inhale and exhale, we can close. We're gonna make our way back to laying on our back, getting ready for hundreds. And if you need a little bit more assistance with those hundreds, I'm gonna add a link in the video for a tutorial of how we do our hundreds. We can start with our legs in tabletop. We always have the option to extend them long if you want more of a challenge. We're lifting that chest up. Deep inhale. Exhale, rounding up all the way to the base of the shoulder blades, and then we start pumping our arms. If your legs are long, heels together, toes apart. If your legs are in tabletop, you have your feet parallel. Keep the chest lifted, keep your gaze at your navel point. The arms are pumping from the lats at the base of the shoulder blades. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to keep pumping those arms and sink that navel to spine even deeper. Deep inhale and strong exhales. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we can pull the legs to tabletop, round back down, relax the neck and head, plant your feet back to the mat. Our feet will be hip bone distance apart, not the outsides of the hips, but the hip bone. Feet are firmly planted. Keep the feet firmly planted on our inhale. We slowly round our way all the way up to sitting up nice and tall. You might need your feet a little bit further away, or we can walk the hands back down the legs to control our movement if that was a little too challenging. So feet are firmly planted on our inhale. Chin towards chest. We're gonna round all the way up on your C curve first, all the way to sitting, then we lengthen the spine. Then we find our C curve, get that scoop, and you can slowly round down one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head are the final thing to draw back. Feet are firmly planted, chin towards chest. Round your way all the way up. Sit tall, open up through the chest at the top, and then find that scoop at the belly, and slowly round your way all the way back down. Your neck and head can draw back. Again, inhale, chin towards chest, round all the way up. We want to use that abdominal connection, and then find that scoop, and slowly round all the way back down. Your neck and head are the last thing to come back. Feet are firmly planted. Inhale, chin towards chest. Peel your way all the way up. Sit tall. Find that scoop of the belly and slowly, slowly, slowly round it down, relaxing the shoulders, peeling all the way back down to laying back on your mat. Again, inhale, chin towards chest. We can round our way all the way up. And remember, if your feet are lifting, you might need to walk your hands up the back of the leg or back down. And we're gonna take this last roll down very, very slow. We're gonna find that scoop and keep rocking back, pausing. Round back a few more vertebrae, pause. A few more vertebrae, pause. And then we can round down all the way, the neck and head draw back. We're gonna go ahead and grab your hand weights if you're using weights. You can also do this work just with the arms. But we want to lengthen the arms directly over the shoulders and keep those feet planted to start. We want to draw the shoulders down and back into the mat. And on our inhale, we sweep the arms down long past the hips. We exhale, float back up, pause over the shoulders. Again, inhale, the arms will sweep down. Make sure you have a navel to spine connection, keeping that lower back from arching up off the mat. Inhale, the arms sweep down and we float up. If you want to add to this, we can add legs lifted up to tabletop. And then we continue with those arm sweeps. You're welcome to keep the feet planted. We're trying to get into the abs, and as the arms sweep down and draw back up, you should feel that lat engagement, feel that rib cage knitting together a little bit tighter, sinking that navel to spine a little bit deeper. We're gonna extend the right leg long. You can have that left foot planted now or in tabletop. We're gonna add to the arm work. Arms sweep down, we go out to the side and up to the ceiling. So we're doing nice big arm circles with the arms, and as we're here, you want to make sure your back is not arching. The right leg extending long is causing that right oblique to work a little bit harder. So as we're here, we should feel this a little bit more on that right side. And I want you to make sure your lower back is not arching. Maybe lift the leg a little bit higher or plant that left foot if your back is arching up. We can go ahead and switch, pull the right leg in and then extend the left leg long. We reverse our circles with our arms. The arms go out wide to the side. Sweep into the hips and float up to the ceiling. Again, inhale with the arms going out and in, and then exhale as they float up. Keeping those shoulders gliding down and back. As you're doing this work, again, make sure your lower back is not arching. Arms go out into the hips and we float back up. We can pull that leg to tabletop and then lower the feet, relax the arms. Drop the knees to the right, look off to the left, little twist for that spine, back to center, knees to the left, look to your right, and we can draw back to center. From here, we're gonna lengthen the arms up to the ceiling and we are gonna lift those legs up to tabletop, or you can keep them planted. We're adding a chest lift in as the arms sweep down and lower back down. Chin towards chest, we round up, gaze at that navel point and draw back. And if feet on the mat is a better position for you. We can still have that chest lift. But if you're okay with your tabletop legs, you want to add to it, we can add long legs as we round up and pull back to tabletop as we round down. Arms sweep down, legs can go forward, and we bend back to tabletop as we lower back down. Again, rounding up just to the base of the shoulder blades and drawing back with control. We can round up and hold this last one. Turning the arms, we go into bicep curls. Arms can curl up to a 90-degree bend and then lengthen long past the hips. We're gonna do 5 bicep curls. After our 5th one, flip the palms back, bend the legs, float back up to the ceiling as we lower the neck and head. We can get those weights out of the way. Our feet are hip bone distance apart once again, and we're gonna round our way all the way up to sitting up nice and tall. From here, we're going to be seated up on that mat with our legs lengthened out in front of us, hip width apart, and we want to lengthen the arms straight in front of the shoulders. Our feet are flexed. We sit up nice and tall. We want to get that scoop of the belly. We're going to scoop the abs in and up, reaching forward, and then we exhale and re-stack. Again, you want to get that rib cage up and over the hips as we round forward, and then you sit tall, the shoulders stack directly over the hips. I want you to grow taller before you reach forward, and then re-stack. Sit up nice and tall, keep those feet flexed. Inhale, scoop those abs in and up, and re-stack. Sit even taller. We've got one more. Scoop the abs in and up, and then we re-stack. Sit tall. We want to take the arms out to the side and draw the legs together. You want to make sure that you don't twist at the hips. Your feet want to stay even. Flex those feet. We twist from above the hips to the right and draw back to center. We twist from above the hips to the left and back to center. Make sure your feet are not sliding back. If they are, that means your hips are rotating. So you want to keep this twist from above the hips to get into that spine. Back to center, twist to the left. Back to center. Grow taller, twist to the right on the inhale. Exhale to center, twist to the left on the inhale. Exhale to center. One more each way. Keep those feet flexing. Back to center, twist to the left. Back to center, and you can relax those arms down by the side. We are going to make our way to laying down on one of our sides. We want to line our back up with the edge of the mat. We're going to prop our head up with our elbow down on the mat. Your hand is under the head. We'll draw our legs to tabletop. So our knees are under the hips. The ankles are right under the knees. And you want to make sure that as we're here, we're looking straight ahead. We're going to float our top leg up to hip bone height. And we inhale to lift it up higher towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes and lower down to hover. Make sure your ankle, shin, and knee all move together as one. We're not twisting out in that knee or letting that ankle lead or leg. We lift and squeeze the glutes and we hover at hip height. As you lift that leg, make sure you're not rolling back off of your stabilizing hip. I want you to lift, squeeze those cheeks, lower down to hover. Keep a navel to spine connection so that you have a little bit of a lift in your bottom oblique. And as we're here, relaxing those shoulders down, your top hand is a little kickstand, but we don't want to let any tension creep up into that shoulder. Inhale to lift. We lower to hover at hip height, and then we're going to draw donut-sized circles with that knee. Reaching long out of that femur bone straight through that knee, squeezing those glutes. We want to continue making these circles the size of a small donut, like a Dunkin' Donut, not a giant Universal Studios Simpsons Land donut. Let's reverse our direction. Breathing through this, I want you to really think of lengthening that knee out of that hip socket, squeezing those glutes. Let's go ahead and rest the leg down. Your heels are glued. We open your knee up and we lower. We're going to do our clams here, lifting that knee and lowering. Squeeze those glutes and lower back down. As we're lifting and lowering that leg, I want you to get that squeeze of the cheeks, and then you can squeeze the inner thighs when the legs touch. Breathing through your work. As we're here, make sure that you stay a little lifted on that last one for extra little pulses, and then we can lower it down. You can punch out that glute if you need. We're gonna lift the leg up to hip height, extend the leg long, float the long leg up, lower to hover, bend your knee, and rest it down. We're doing a count. So that was one. We lift, we extend. Now we lift the leg 2 times. A long leg lifts up and lowers, lift and lower, bend your knee, and then lower for rest. Float the leg back up, extend the leg long in front of your hip. We lift for 3, 2, 1. Make sure you're not rolling back. Lower to hover, bend your knee, rest it down. We're making our way to 5. We float the leg up, We extend it forward, lift for 4, 3, feel that gluteus medius, 2, 1, lower to hover, bend your knee, rest it down. Last one here, we float it up. We extend the leg forward, we lift for 5, squeeze those glutes, 4, 3, make sure you're not rolling back off of your stabilizing hip, last 2, and 1, back to your hover, bend your knee, rest it down. You can punch out that glute if you need a little rest. We're gonna grab a single hand weight now, and we're gonna float your arm up to the ceiling over your shoulder, and you have the option of extending your leg out for more glute work. Sweep your arm into your hip and float it to stop right over the shoulder. As you're doing this work with that leg floating, it is an extra glute challenge, but you can also rest that leg in tabletop if you need a little break for your backside. As we sweep that arm in, I want you to make sure you're not going behind your body. We inhale to sweep down, we exhale to float up. I want your arm to stay nice and long. Make sure you're not going too high above your shoulder. Inhale to sweep down, we exhale to float it back up. And then we take that arm straight forward. We sweep the arm back to the hip and drift it forward directly in front of your shoulder. We're going to get that squeeze through the back of the arm. As we're doing this work, I want you to make sure that you are keeping that arm lengthened and you are keeping that leg hovering at hip height if it's lengthened, or you're resting in tabletop. Make sure you're fully in it or you're resting all the way. You're not in between. We're going to sweep the arm back. We bend the arm to a 90-degree bend and we lengthen it back now. We bend and extend. You want to get that squeeze through the back of the arm. Make sure your bicep is not moving. It's just the lower half of the arm. The elbow stays glued into the side. We inhale and exhale. Bend with our inhale, exhale, extend. We bend and extend. And then we are going to lengthen the leg and lengthen the arm over. We bend the knee and elbow in towards one another and lengthen the arm back overhead as the leg lengthens out. We're going to squeeze into that top oblique and lengthen the limbs back out. Again, bend in towards one another and lengthen out. We've got another 4. Get that connection to your top oblique. Last 3. And 2. 1 more here. And we can go ahead and rest the leg, rest the arm. We can set that weight out of our way, so we're going to make our way to laying on our stomach, hands under the forehead, legs long, heels together, toes apart, float the legs off the mat, and then click those heels together in and out. Squeezing our glutes, beating those heels together, breathing through our work, press your pelvis into that mat, relax the shoulders, lower the legs down, and we can go ahead and make our way to the other side. Take a single weight with you. And we're going to lay down, line your back up with the edge of the mat, propping the head up. Your legs are drawn to tabletop in front of you. Knees are in front of the hips, ankles are in line with the knees. We're going to start off with just the legs. So your top leg is going to float up to hip height. We inhale, lift that leg up, squeeze the glutes, and we lower to our hover. Again, we lift, squeeze the glutes, and we lower to hover at hip height. You want to make sure that your ankle, shin, and knee are all moving together. You're not letting that heel lead or lag. As you lift up, you squeeze those glutes. When you lower, you hover at hip height. Make sure you're not rolling backwards off of your stabilizing hip. Keeping a navel to spine connection, we have a little bit of a lift in your bottom oblique. Squeezing those glutes, we actively get into that gluteus medius because our glutes like to be lazy. We have to tell them it's time to work. We inhale to lift, we exhale, lower. Make sure you don't rest that top leg on your bottom leg. We lift and lower, hold our hover, draw little donut-sized circles with that knee. Reaching long out of your hip socket, straight through that knee. Your femur bone is rotating in that hip. Squeeze those cheeks together. Breathe in your work. Reverse your circle. Still little donuts, just the opposite direction. Reaching long out of that hip socket, straight through that knee. Squeeze those cheeks. Keep breathing. And we can rest the leg down. Heels glued together. We're going to open the knee up and lower down. Lifting your knee and lowering. We want to squeeze the cheeks at the top, squeeze the thighs at the bottom. Make sure that we're not rolling back off of your stabilizing hip. You have a navel to spine connection, so you are not letting yourself just flop down on that side. We're very active, getting a little lift under our bottom oblique. We get that lift. We're going to pulse a little higher and higher on that last one, and we can lower. Take a second, little punch of that glute. and we will go ahead and float the leg up. We're going to extend it forward, lift the long leg up to the ceiling, lower to our hover, bend the knee, rest it down. We float the leg up, extend it forward. We're going to lift 2 times and lower to our hover, bend your knee, rest it down. We're counting our way up to 5. We float the leg up in tabletop, then we extend it. We lift and lower for 3, 2, 1, lower to your hover, bend the knee, then rest it down. Make sure we stop in these stages. You don't cut corners. Lift to our hover, then extend it. Lift for 4, 3, point those toes, 2, 1, lower down to your hover, bend your knee, rest it down. One more set, we float our leg up, we extend it long, we lift for 5, point those toes, 4, 3, 2, squeeze those glutes, last 1, lower to your hover, bend your knee, rest it down. We can punch out that glute. We will find that hand weight if you were using a weight and take it into your top hand. The arm lifts up over your shoulder. You have the option of the leg staying in tabletop, or you can extend the leg long to hover at hip height for more of a challenge. Sweep the arm down into your hip and float it back up to the ceiling. Again, inhale, the arm can sweep down and we float back up. As you're here with that leg lifted up, I want you to make sure that you are feeling that gluteus medius firing up, or you can rest that leg down. We're not in between the two though. As we sweep that arm down, make sure it does not go behind your body. We sweep that arm down and float up, pause over the shoulder, and we keep that arm nice and long. Drift the arm in front of you now. We sweep it back to the hip and we float it forward directly in front of the shoulder. Again, as we're doing your work, I want you to make sure that you are not letting that arm go above your shoulder and you're not letting it go behind your hip. Getting that range of motion, the arm is hovering at shoulder height. It's not going higher than that. We drift it forward and sweep it back, bend that elbow and extend that arm now. So we want to make sure your elbow is closely into your rib cage. You want to bend that arm to a 90-degree bend and lengthen it back, getting that squeeze through the back of your arm. Bend and extend. As you're here, I want you to make sure that you are bending only to your 90-degree bend and then fully lengthening it. We lift that arm overhead, you extend that leg long. Now the elbow and knee meet and we lengthen back out. The elbow and knee are meeting to get into your top oblique and we lengthen the leg out long as the arm reaches overhead. We're keeping our navel to spine connection so we can actively get into that top oblique. Get that squeeze into your side and then lengthen away. Again, elbow to knee and lengthen it back out. We can rest the arm and rest the leg and punch out that glute. Setting that weight out of our way, we're going to turn onto our stomach once again. This time hands go under the shoulders. Legs are long, heels together, toes apart. We're going to lift up through that chest using our lower back extensors and lower. Make sure you're not using your hands, your neck is not changing. We lift and lower. You inhale, lift, connecting into that lower back, and you exhale, lower. Press your pelvis into the mat. Make sure that you are keeping your navel to spine connection. We inhale to lift, and then we try to lift a little higher on this last one, and then we can lower down all the way. You're gonna press back and take a child's pose. Sit back on your heels, reach your arms nice and long. Nice big inhale and exhale. We can round our way up one vertebrae at a time. Neck and head are the last to come up, and we will grab both of our hand weights now. You're gonna make your way to sitting with your legs crisscrossed. And I want you to sit up nice and tall, and we will pitch forward from the hips. Your arms are in goal post. We wanna lean that body forward, lengthen the arms up, tap the weights, and bend those elbows back out to your cactus arms. When you get that length in the arms, they draw closer together, and then we bend the elbows wide. As you're here, I want you to engage the lats at the base of the shoulder blades. We're getting into the shoulders and the triceps with this work. We lengthen out and we bend those arms. Keeping that nice navel to spine connection. As we're leaning forward, we want to have that length in our spine. The hands will meet now. We bend those elbows wide out to the side, and then the arms lengthen. The hands will not separate on this next one. We're getting a little bit deeper into our triceps. Make sure your head is not dropping. You're pitched forward from the hips, and that length in your spine is drawn forward. We bend and extend the arms. The hands should not separate. The hands graze the back of the head like you're shaving the back of your head. Then we draw the arms down. We're gonna sit tall, shoulders are over the hips, arms are rounded out to the side. Reach forward like you're hugging around a big tree and open the arms up. As we reach the arms forward and open up, this movement comes from the shoulders. The elbows are not changing. We wanna have as much space between the base, the rib cage, and the hips as we can have, keeping a navel to spine connection. Your shoulders are stacked over the hips, finding more length in the spine. Arms reach forward and we float open. Arms stay rounded, the elbows should not change, and you don't let those elbows go behind your back. We're gonna go ahead and lower the arms down, set your weights out of the way. We make our way to laying on our back. We're gonna end with a couple of teasers. So we can lengthen the arms up to the ceiling for a little modification. Our arms are back in line with the ears, legs are long on the mat. We lift the torso and the legs at the same rate. Find your balance on your sit bones. Float the arms up, lower the torso and legs back down at the same rate. Again, inhale, chin towards chest, lifting the chest and the legs. We find balance up on your sit bones. Use your abs here. Float the arms up, lower the torso and legs down at the same rate. Control your movement. One more, inhale, chin towards chest. We're gonna round up, lift that torso up. We're gonna circle your arms in one direction and reverse and float the arms up and lower the legs and the torso down all the way. And then we can go ahead and sit up. And my timer is going off. Let's go ahead and stand up on the mat. Take a nice little roll down just to stretch out. Heels together, toes apart, chin towards chest. We can slowly round down one vertebrae at a time. Your neck and head can be heavy. Let your body be heavy. You can always grab onto the elbows if your hands are touching down to the mat. And then we want to slowly round up, one vertebrae at a time, starting with that lower back. Your neck and head are the very final thing to come up. We're rounding through the thoracic spine. The shoulders will draw down and back, and then the neck, and then the head. And we made it through your workout today. Great job to all of you. If you like what you see, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also check out PilatesPunx.com. And if you are looking to add any props into your workout, we have our weights, we have a mat, but we also sometimes use a fit ball, a magic circle, some bands, a foam roller. Check out PilatesPunx.com, go to the video add-ons page, and leave a comment or message me if you have any questions. Great job. I will see you guys